A warm welcome and good afternoon to all of you. Your Excellency, Mr. BPC, former Governor of Sikkim, Major Ved Prakash ji, PM Khanna ji, one of the most well-known industrialists, and Surjit Sen ji, and of course my friend Vijay Singh. To being a first speaker in the afternoon, that too on a Saturday afternoon, it's a difficult job to do. I was thinking that somebody else will replace me, but when in our legal phraseology, that when the matter is called, you need to address whether you are ready or not. I would start by saying that when I was coming to this August gathering, I was told that yes, I must be brief in my speech. And I was thinking what should be a speech and what kind of speech it should be. That reminds me, I would not say it's a joke, but it's a fact of life, that a speech should be just like a young woman's skirt, which should be short enough to make it interesting and long enough to cover the essentials. I don't know whether I would satisfy this phraseology, that whether I can satisfy that I must complete it in time or not, but I was given 10 minutes by my dear friend, Mr. Jawaharlal Uniyal. He always dictates my term and the term of my life. But let me begin by saying that there's such an interesting topic, national economic development and the social responsibility. I was wondering that, I was asking Mr. Uniyal that yes, when we are giving so much of award in recognition of their achievement in the respective field, what was the reason behind it? He once told me when he started off, he's a man, made by himself, I would say, he's a self-made man. He said, hardly, there is any recognition by the government of the day in recognizing each and every one of you, your respective achievements. So this is only, one step in the right direction in recognizing each and every one of you. If all of you are not in a position to get Padma Shri, Padma Bhushan or any award, which probably you would have decorated in your cupboard, but this is one of those awards probably Mr. Uniyal tried his luck and his effort to make it happen. And it is not for everyone, mind you. It's because of sheer dint of hard work, all of you deserve it. And Mr. Uniyal has made it a point in recognizing all of you because of your only hard work and nothing else. It is, you are getting the awards on the basis of merit only. Now the topic. The topic is quite interesting. But before I... Okay. The sleep has come, it has to end within 10 minutes. So I'll end it by 10 minutes, even if I don't start within 10 minutes. Very well. Now let me start at least. The topic is quite interesting in the present day context. Why is it so that we are on the threshold of it, the discussion, which is we are concerned for the national economic development as well as social responsibility? I was wondering that with regard to our position in the economy, India is the third largest economy that everybody knows. But why we are lagging behind? Ease of doing business, there are so much of conferences, discussions are happening. But still, I think and I believe that we would have gone ahead much more than in compared to other countries. And if you ask me sincerely, even the RBI, which is just now projected that it is actually 6.9 GDP growth rate in 2020, which is earlier in 8.5. But yes, suddenly everybody knows that yes, there are a number of factors which came into picture for which we have gone down. But still, we are holding the third position. After US and China, we are the third. But to my mind, one of the most important things that we are forgetting, the philosophy of Bhutan, I would say, that it is probably the GDP is not important in life or in the nation. It is actually GDH. What is GDS? Gross Domestic Happiness. And it started in 1972. I was wondering why Bhutan incorporated this philosophy in the constitution. And it's one country. It started in 1972 when, there's an interesting story. The king of Bhutan was here. So then in the airport, the BBC interviewer, that he has taken that interview. And he categorically said, 1972, he said that yes, we believe in GDS should be more and more important than GDP. And I will tell you why. All of us living in stress and strain, whether we accept it or you don't accept it. Even the traffic light also gives you little bit of stress. But if the country's motto, not by only imagination, but sheer dint of, I would say that it is there in the constitution. And then UN General Assembly accepted in 2011. What best you need? They said that yes, we should remain happy. Rather than we are running a race which there is no end, there is no destination. You might be having 1,000 crores turnover, he might be having 1 lakh turnover, but what is the end to it? So to me, GDP, I certainly accept and agree with the concept of GDS is more important than the GDP. And I would also say that since 2011, this is officially after UN General Assembly accepted this proposition. They said that yes, that should be an index also. And index has a different criteria. In 2019, Finland is the only country which is termed the happiest country. And they are getting this award since last 2 years. So I wish my beloved country called India should be the first someday in life. I would sincerely wish to see that day when all of you would be smiling and would be saying that we are the happiest country rather than the richest country. Then I would not go to the few of the facts. I would not trouble all of you. But certainly I would say that 3 things in life which is more important. All of you are successful, I know about it, at least from the information that I was going through from Mr. Uniyal's record. You must have got a lot of criticism in your life. People will be thinking that you're teaching your wagon towards the star, it's not possible and all. But mind it, if you want to lead an orchestra party, you have to put your back towards the audience. Why you know that? All negative. Suppose somebody is saying that no, he doesn't know anything. Ye kal ka bachcha hai, kuch nahi kar payega. So the criticism should be stepped out of your home or your vicinity. So the first thing I personally believe, in order to be successful in life, be that education, be that hotel, be that industry, be that chartered accountancy, be that a lawyer, the criticism should not affect your improvement in life. Number 2, all of us have come across all these hurdles in life. One is that criticism you must avoid. Second is that at times you get this information in life that why is this person is succeeding and why the other person is a failure. I'll give you an example. In our profession, 2 of the brothers, same father, same mother. One is super success, went on to become the Chief Justice of India. The other brother is a briefless lawyer. I was asking what could be the reason. And people used to give the reasoning that it's a destiny. I do not think there is destiny anything to play in it. It's only and only your effort and the midnight oil that you have burned to achieve your success. That means the second aspect which I would like to highlight is that your perseverance and your goal, you are not going to change your goalpost. The goalpost will lose its hope and say that yes, this is this goalpost. Now it is, I think, 7 minutes. Anyway, another 2 minutes. So my only point is that this award which you would be getting, of course, it should not remain in your cupboard. And I would say this award may not be important or may be important, but the responsibility that comes with this award is much more higher than the award itself. That's the second aspect of the corporate social responsibility. You know, there is an amendment which came in the Companies Act in 2013. 13 the amendment come, but the 14 is the regulation came. Why, you know? You know, the 2014 there is an amendment in the Companies Act which says that there is a corporate social responsibility by virtue of section 135 of the Companies Act. I often wonder why that should be a regulation, that should be a law to give. To give, it has to be from within. Be that you are a successful industrialist or a rickshaw puller, you want to give. You don't require a law. So at times I feel that law has no meaning unless it will come from within. So therefore, I would sincerely beseech all of you that insofar as giving or the social responsibility goes, it is probably, you don't require any law to give an effect to. But of course, there is a law in place. So in Bhutan, there is no law. Still they believe that happiness is more important than the money part. So therefore, I would sincerely urge all of you, whatever, I would not say that extra money, even if you don't have the money, you need to have the guts to spend it. Not for the others, not for your children, not for your family, but for the person who deserves it. That's what the social responsibility talks about. And I would not say, or I would not take much time on this. You know, there is a well-known saying that the most difficult thing in the human society is that where to start. And the most important part is where to end. I think my end of the speech has come and much within these 10 minutes. So therefore, I am in 9 minutes. So thank you so much for your patience. I don't want to be a person in between your award and my boring speech. I think award is more important, and I would definitely love to hear much more brilliant speeches than to say something. Thank you very much. And my friend Aman Sinha is also on his way. Thank you, Aman.
Ladies and gentlemen, we welcome Mr. Aman Sinha. He is a senior advocate of Supreme Court of India and a spokesperson BJP. We welcome him with the floor.